right, so we just got done watching Sailor Moon S, Sailor Moon Season 3, Episode 3.
Episode
This
3.
is Handsome Boy, Haruka Tenno's Secret.
So this episode started off, is a great episode. The fight was the least important part, which was great.
Mm-hmm. Fully agreed.
Air date, this is a very interesting. Air date in the, actually this is very ironic. Air date in the US was June 14th. Today is June 9th. Interestingly enough, June happens to be Pride Month. And interestingly enough, this episode would have been very anti-Pride Month when it initially
aired in the US. That's true.
So that's a little interesting tidbit that we just stumbled upon.
We'll look up the dub changes once we get through our own notes, and we'll talk about it. But so this episode we are kind of reintroduced to these two mysterious characters. It's obvious to the viewer, if you've been watching week to week, that these mysterious, who we know to be Sailor...
Uranus and Saturn.
Yes, Sailor Uranus and Saturn are the shadowy figures that we're seeing. We see them in full force in this episode, and we also see them in their sort of high school form. Slightly older than the Sailors, even though...
They're tall. They are both tall.
They're tall.
This is one thing that was exciting, is this episode starts off, and in the end of Season 2, we were complaining, being like, what happened to that cute guy from the arcade? He's just gone. We never saw him again. And we see an arcade at the start. It's like, okay, holy shit, maybe we'll see him. And he is actually a central...
Yes, and it's a...
Central part, Motoki is
Motoki, yeah.
We see that Minako,
if you recall, in some of the earliest reviews that we did, I believe that I conduct an improvised song where I go, Motoki. Yeah, if I recall correctly.
This starts off with Minako, a.k.a. Sailor Venus, who we actually were complaining about last episode, hasn't done shit.
Yeah, so we got a Sailor Venus.
Yeah, Sailor Venus.
This was a true blue Sailor Venus episode.
This also was a crazy... the things we were complaining about, this was, it solved a lot of issues.
It was a hangout epi.
Yeah.
So we got some gamer girls. Also, June happens to be gamer girl month.
Yeah. Also. They're both blowing off studying so they can go play some driving games, talking about F1.
They're playing like an F1 driving game, and kind of a virtual racer sort
one
of
thing
type.
I liked is that both of us weren't, at first, we weren't positive whether or not the character walking in was Sailor Uranus. It was like, holy shit, this could be. And it was like us being stoked, and our suspicions were true. So a tall, attractive guy walks in wearing a really nice fit, and I was like, this better not be Mamoru, because his fit's looking too good. He got the plaid pants and the
Mamoru's kind of like Fedora Chugi, style.
Anyway, this guy walks in, and as soon as I hear the voice, I'm like, this sounds like one of those female VAs doing the boy voice. And then I was like thinking, this sounds like Shinji, and it was indeed
from
Shinji,
Genesis
Shinji VA, who has done a lot of the boy voice work. Anyway, one thing I didn't like about this, it's not that I didn't like about this episode, I don't like about Usagi as a character, is she's so unfaithful.
Yeah,
she's immediately like, Minako, you can't like him. I'm in love with this guy. Screw Mamoru. I don't care. This guy's my dream. And then Minako's like, no, he's my dream. And they're kind of falling around.
They're both kind of unfaithful because we've sort of established here in the beginning of this episode that as we have Mamoru and Motoki, the guy who works at the arcade, is dead, bro.
It's SBC, my man.
Yeah. So we've established that, and with something that I forgot, that Motoki and Mamoru are friends, and Sailor Venus, or Minako and Usagi, or Sailor Moon, are kind of parallels, So it's abundantly clear that when Minako's talking to Motoki, she's flirting with him. They're having like a good chat. They're talking about cats. They're joking about cats. This is really preeminent to the cat girl
phenomenon. I would assume so. This is what, 94? Yeah,
preeminent cat girl.
I wasn't alive in 94. JP was like
I was in my
early teens
in 94. Yeah. So yeah, it's quite fascinating that. This is preeminent of the cat girl. Do you recall this viral video? I found it again today of this, and this is the beginning of this episode on the back of the episode before this, being another cat-centric episode of a girl who did a video for her eHarmony profile, and she just talks about how much she loves cats. She starts crying. No. You know what I'm talking about? Is there a way we could just screencast this?
No, we can actually.
Because we can just turn the camera. Yeah, I want to play this because it's Sailor Moon kind of gives off this sort of energy. This is like a 10-year-old viral video. Yeah, this is exactly the video. Yeah.
Holy moly.
So Sailor V was giving me big eHarmony cat girl video vibes.
This episode.
My name is Debbie. This is my first attempt at a eHarmony video. This is my first time at online dating, so I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
That's awesome.
She's my dream girl.
So I'm just gonna start talking about what I like and hope I get some replies. So I am
probably got a lot of
a
replies.
recent MBA grad from Villanova. I love cats. I just...
This should be the thumbnail.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah.
I love cats.
This is one of my favorite. I've heard this left my memory and came back today.
Sorry, I really love cats. And I just want to hug all of them, but I can't, because that's crazy. I can't hug every cat. But I just want to. I want to. I'm sorry. I get, anytime I hear cat, I love cats. Promise myself I wouldn't cry. So anyway, I am a cat lover, and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I think about how many don't have a home. And
This is
how
actually just a Sailor Moon transformation sequence. This is really long, so you gotta do this
and
every
how
episode.
cute they are, and their ears, and the whiskers, and the nose. I just love them, and I want them, and I want them in a basket, and I want little bow ties.
Probably has kids now.
I
What?
want
Probably
them
has
to
kids.
be on a rainbow, and just in my bed. And
Yeah,
I just
this was of a
want my
lost
house
time, you know?
full of them.
This is like
and
the
they
Leave
just
Britney Alone era.
Yeah.
roll around.
This is a little after that, but yeah.
I can't. I can't.
Anchorman 2 fight scene.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit of a Sailor Moon thing related because of the cat-centricness. Well, they've been leaning into the cat subject matter quite a lot this epi, and with this season, I should.
I don't
actually
remember
say.
anything about cats. Oh no, they're just talking about cats.
They're just talking about cats.
Last ep was cat. It was very cat.
But they were talking about cats right out the gate, and they're talking about how funny the cat stuff is. Like that's what Minako and Matoki were talking about. Yeah, the episode plays out like they're like obsessed and kind of stalking Haruka, which I noticed is the feminine A at the end. Which I was like, well, that's a dead.
I know. I'm surprised that they were like not questioning that as a masculine name. However, what do I know? That could be also a men's name. I don't know. Then they ask, is it Michiru? Is Sailor Saturn? I don't know. They ask seemingly his partner whether they're dating. And they both deny it, but they also say
But they don't say no, really?
Well, but they also say, well, I guess you could say that, but she's more than that to me.
Yeah.
So it's implied that, I mean, I actually don't know anything about this. I could assume maybe they're...
married?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, because they're saying from... Yeah, actually, that would make sense. They're from a different era when they show up. We're sailors from a new era or a different era.
They said new era.
New era.
That was the term.
So I assume they're probably time travelers. They're probably maybe like Mamoru and Sailor Moon, how they're dating, but they're also married.
And they're like also like they're from also the past, right?
I think they're from the future.
Neo Tokyo,
Neo
right?
Tokyo.
Yeah.
So I assume that they could be just married or like soulmates who aren't dating but are just like a collective unit. So that's why her saying no, we're not dating is like they're not lying.
Yeah,
they're not dating because they're married.
So something I would just wanted to know, like we could do the thing where we just go through the whole episode one by one.
Yeah, we just talk off the points.
But
this is a great episode. This is a recommended episode.
This would be like I would put an asterisk beside this one and say, hey, this is one of our favorite. episodes.
I would love to do this after if we could. Oh, that'd be crazy if we could actually go through the reviews and somehow mark off the ones being like good at.
Well, we wouldn't need to sit and watch all of our reviews to accomplish that. We could tell from the tone pretty quick.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, we can tell which ones are the bad ones from the.
Yeah, well, because but there's whole sagas that are good, right? The saga with in season 1, which I mention all the time.
I think the tree siblings, because that one was awesome.
Remind me of the tree siblings.
They showed up to Earth and everyone was individually in love with them. They weren't siblings actually; they were lovers, and they turned to the very tree at the end and dropped the seeds. Everything.
I don't remember that.
That was a good one.
There's the guy who falls in love with Sailor Moon's friend.
Those are the tree people.
That was the tree people.
They're the tree people. Remember, they go to a different planet and they form that tree, and it floats off.
Right.
They don't kill them at the end. They are the tree ones. That was awesome.
Okay, that is the tree story.
Queen Beryl sucked. That was so lame.
Really underwhelming.
One thing, the enemy in this one, it's a car. Vroom vroom. She says vroom vroom a lot.
Yeah, the car was kind of cool. I thought the car was really it moved so fast. They just beat her.
Yeah, it was just
really fast.
I mean, she didn't do shit. She was weak.
She had cleavage again.
Yeah, she did. She had a heart there.
They're going big cleavage.
Star tattoos. We might have to get some star tattoos.
Some black star Dragon Ball, kind of some GT kind of stuff.
Her
GT
wheels
would be a good series
would turn into actually a very GT-esque.
Yeah.
Even it was talking F1, but the car she transferred.
No, I'm referring to Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, I thought
because they have the black star Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball GT. That's more my time. I don't know, but there's one thing I wanted to note that I didn't say before was so there's a little scene, and this is the shit that I live for in this series, and it's Ami, Sailor Mercury, and Sailor Mercury. There's two names for everybody.
Ami,
Misato, right?
No, that's Evangelion, bro.
Oh shit, yeah.
Which character you think of? Jupiter?
Mars
is Ray. Mars is Ray. Jupiter's is something Kino. Her last name's Kino.
Yeah,
it's Minato.
No, Minato is Venus.
I thought she's Minako.
There's no way it's Minako and Minako.
Okay, wait, let's find out.
Anyway, so the three of them are sitting, and they're supposed to have a study session together, all 5 of them. And
she's Makoto.
Kino. Makoto.
What the fuck is... Yeah, it must be. Sailor Venus is Minato? That'd be fucking crazy. Minako,
yeah.
Minako.
Yeah, Minako. Makoto. Okay, so Makoto, Ami, and Ray are all sitting and studying, and they're waiting. Where are they? And then Ray is they probably found a cute boy. Those two are both the most, because they're the most boy crazy. Those two, and then Ray is secretly boy crazy, but she's too tomboy, headstrong, spiritual.
Yeah, but
then I think Jupiter is kind of low key,
she's just mature.
Well, Jupiter's also she does have a boy crush, but the way they set her up at the beginning, she's kind of a lesbian. I'm not trying to be a dick, but she leans into the 90s stereotypes of that a little bit. If you remember, she is very independent though and mature. That's true. I don't know.
I don't remember ever seeing anything of Mercury into a dude.
Mercury?
Yeah.
Mercury. No, but she's the kind of coy academic. I think there was one episode. Yeah. Oh no, there is. There totally is. Remember early in season 1, before the other sailors are even introduced, she has a guy that she's in love with, and he travels away.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
That's
okay.
Ages ago.
That's ages ago. Yeah. Anyways, so there's a little scene together, and I just wanted to say that Ami's wearing this black sweater.
Oh yeah,
and it looks sick, and
all
it's a totally new fit. They're
and they added a transparency effect on her hair over top of the collar of her.
Yeah,
and it looked good.
The animation's improved.
Another thing I thought of with this episode is so the new sailors show up. They do an attack, a very quick attack to stun the car, vroom vroom car, and then Sailor Moon does her moon heart attack. Moon spiral heart attack. Does that. Destroys the thing as she did to Neko Nell. Yep. And I noticed this in the last episode, but now it actually made me really want to draw attention to it. The enemies, when they get obliterated and shattered, they say lovely. Well,
no, I think it's Usagi saying that.
No, it sounds like the monster yelling. It sounds like
lovely.
In pain.
Okay, we'll
maybe the heart. We'll notice next episode. We'll verify.
Now we've only had 2, but we'll get a third. One thing I noticed, there's a shot in this. I'm not gonna get you to screen cap this one necessarily because it's kind of perverted. But when Minako, Sailor Venus, is playing the Virtua Racer type game early in the episode, There's like a shot of her thigh gap panties. That's like one of the most suggestive things I've seen in the show. Like I was surprised they lingered on it that long. I think Reed was looking at his computer.
I didn't notice
when
this.
we did it, and it was pretty shocking. You gonna dig it up?
Well, we have this thing all set up.
Yeah. Okay.
For the true fans.
For the true fans, yeah. Just make sure that's muted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it up. And you got the ad blocker on.
Oh my goodness, why is this not? Let's mute this guy. There we go.
Anyways, yeah, this was a really good bonding episode because we had like little moments. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. I think it's when she's racing against. Yeah. I think it's. Let's see if we can find it. I think
we must have missed it.
We must have missed it. I think it's when she's racing with Buddy.
With Usagi?
No, with Haruka.
Anyway, while we're looking for this, one thing I wanted to note on too is Sailor Uranus and Sailor Saturn.
It's after this scene that you're on here.
Sailor Uranus and Sailor Saturn were two characters who I kind of like, fuck those sailors. I care about the main five. Is it five? I think it's five. Yeah. And I was always like, whatever. I don't like them. They're lame. After this fight, because we actually got to see them in full force, they're the coolest so far. Sailor Saturn is just like an amped up, better version of Sailor Mercury. Instead of doing bubbles, she actually properly did a whole ocean blast.
Yeah,
and
Sailor and world crushing or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Sailor Uranus did some crazy like earthquake explosion thing, which also was very cool. So far, these are some of the coolest.
The coolest text. They were. Yeah, we got some DBZ level.
I liked how they're tall and they looked mature and tough and like adults and not doing some lame. I find some of the fight moves very like floaty and like just super. They're magic
not well
based.
choreographed.
They're magic based. Where these were very very. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
That goes too far.
That's a little.
What is that? And then you see the panties, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell is that? It's like a butt, I guess.
I didn't notice that.
That's
nasty, quite suggestive. I assume. Actually, I don't know how old Sailor Venus is, but
she's a year older than them.
That's still not old enough to be doing that. In my opinion.
but you know what? It was a different time. I don't want to see too much. I don't want to spoil
age 14 to 16.
14 to 16. Okay, so they do age
she's not,
as it goes on.
She's not that old though. That's
but they're like 12 at the beginning. So okay. That being said, this was a stellar episode.
That also being said, one of the better episodes
in a long time. This episode slapped.
I would have said I was an elitist and the main five. Main five are awesome. Screw everyone else. And I think as the show continues, I'm going to say the main five are actually the lamest. And these outer planets are going to be really cool.
I wanted to point out one other thing, actually, that I noted down. There's one other shot in this where it's some of the best physical comedy I've seen in this series. So since we're car-centric, there's oil on the floor. And you see Sailor Venus and Sailor Moon slip on the oil, like almost on some. I wrote down Tom and Jerry / Looney Tunes. This would be in the last third of the episode, and it was just like actually like pretty well choreographed, like decent physical comedy. It's right there. You saw it with the cans there. Yeah, you want to go back a bit?
There we go. That's the scene we're also talking about.
You want to rewind to touch though? Yeah. I wonder if this would get us a copyright strike.
No, this is a recording of a
stream.
So yeah,
this like they really rushed to the end zone and the final fight in this. I guess we have no sound.
I can put the sound on.
No, don't bother.
Yeah, there's no.
You'll see it like in a sec. Yeah. This was you said Fortnite dance in this.
Yeah, she looks like she's. Hold on, once she gets a little bit. She's like flossing right there. It looks like. Yeah. I forgot about that, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah,
very like bo looking kind of thing. If you remember that series.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Also, you'll see what we're talking about. Now we can back up our outrageous claims. So he gets.
Yeah, he's a useless character. They gave him nothing in this one. Kamita was his name, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, we're fine. There we go.
Yeah, this I thought this was really well done.
Yeah, stuff like this doesn't happen much.
Once banging into the thing and it's all more oil. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that was notable, but...
And then there we go. She's got her... That scene. See, they zoom in on that and feel the need to shoot lasers out of the cleavage stars.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was episode 3. And...
really, really liking where the season's going so far. It's starting off as strong as Season 1 did. Season 2 was a rough patch for us, I would say.
Season 2 was actually quite bad.
It was quite bad across the board, but we've retconned without retconning too much.
And we got the cosmic characters, but not in the cosmic landscape, which is awesome.
Which is lovely, and we'll see where it goes. I'm sure it's going to get bigger.
As
the fact that our main villain is this sort of like Stuart Gordon reanimator, that's for my nerds out there, reanimator-ass kind of chemistry man is much more fun. Thanks for watching.